guys. Today I'm talking to Adina once again. My name is Mirella, and we talked last week about aviation and Adina's career after actually she quit flying. And today we would like to talk about our experience as coaches and what limiting beliefs there can be or people can have when they actually try to get a new job. Adina, is there something you like to say, just to say hello for the beginning?
Hi to everyone, and we are so happy to be here to share our thoughts with you guys. And I hope that we can help someone out there that is right now struggling with their limited beliefs.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yes. Next week we are organizing another conversation, another chat, which you can join. And of course, we will be very happy to have you with us to give you some kind of support and to discuss maybe some of your doubts that you might have right now in this difficult time of, career transition or just simply the initial stage of deciding on what to change, how to change things, and where to start. From my experience, I usually come across two things that people have problem with, especially after years spent in one career, like for example, flying, as it was quite common in the past few months. One thing is the age.
Yeah.
I'm too old for this kind of change. I'm too old to try something new. The second one is I'm not really qualified for the job because I don't have enough experience. So I'm not going to attend the interview generally because there will be other people who are probably younger. And the other thing is that the people have better education or they already have experience and I don't have it, so I'm not going to try it. Adina, what about the things that you've come across, that you have heard from the people you work with?
From my clients, sometimes I'm hearing their limited beliefs is that I'm not coming from family that can afford certain things, right? And I'm limited by this, that I do not know people in higher positions, or I cannot afford myself to have a lot of courses or diplomas or licenses, right? And that doesn't make that this belief actually gets to the part where you don't feel worthy of getting that job or getting that promotion within your current job. Um, this only belief will trigger so many other things, um, that you're not enough. Again, we're getting to the part where you feel you're not connecting to the people around you because you limit yourself by thinking you're different. You're not like everybody else that works within your company or are working in the job that you want to apply for. Um, we have to stop this thinking. We have to see exactly if this is what you believe, if this is what limits you, the part that you think you're different. By thinking that you're different, you cannot connect with everybody else on the same level, or you don't feel you're worthy. Then we have to work on that. And it's not just working on self-esteem, it's not just working on confidence, because people with a lot of confidence in work can lack self-esteem in their personal life and within themselves. So seeing somebody that has confidence to put themselves out there doesn't mean they are having a lot of self-esteem as well. Maybe their thoughts about themselves are putting them still so low that they cannot go forward and they cannot apply for stuff, and they cannot request for promotion for a higher paid or higher salary, right? This is one of the biggest beliefs um, that limits my clients.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, so actually, whatever it is, if it is, thinking that not from this kind of family that can afford something, or I'm from this kind of place which is rather small and I cannot, do certain kind of things because I would need to live in a big city and I cannot afford it right now because I'm jobless. I need to save money first to
Yeah,
move to a big city, or whether it is age or anything else that is, limiting you in your head. Definitely, there is one solution that everybody can apply, and this is actually reversing the situation. To reverse the situation, we need to change the way of thinking. And the best way to change the way of thinking is simply to ask yourself, is it 100% sure that it is as it is? So let's say, for example, you are almost 40, you want to change your career, but you spend your whole life, let's say, teaching or flying, and now you're supposed to start something new, something you don't know much about. And you are coming, to this age of 40, which is so for so many people, the kind of border which you should not pass, and you should not cross, this age, because you've already should be settled. You should have an amazing career. You shouldn't be changing something at this time. But this is actually also the moment where so many people realize that working for a corporation is actually not for them. They have enough and they want to change it. Or also for other people, in other industries. Uh, so how can you start, the process of change? Well, by answering the question if it is really 100% sure that you are too old. Does it have to be like this? And then you can actually try to convince yourself that you have so many other things, like you have the potential to present something with yourself, to prove that you're worth it, regardless of the age.
yeah,
So regardless of the age, of course, regardless of the place you're from,
yeah.
regardless of the background you're from, and so on and so on. Is it true that you really um, see this as it is, or is it just something that is, in your imagination? This is the first question, the first thing that usually starts the whole process, of changing the mind, changing the way of thinking. What do you do when you?
Let me tell you an example about exactly what you said, that you're reaching 40 and you're not, and you're thinking, what shall I do now? I'm already too old, right? Um, let's take it step by step. Um, in an adult life, what do you think the age is for starting work in an adult life?
Can
It's
be,
around 20, maybe,
yeah. For
right?
some it's 20, for some it's 25 after
Yeah,
studies. For some after studies means 22.
yeah,
For some people who study medicine, it's 25 or 6 before they
exactly.
cannot even start because they can only do some kind of practice, but they cannot work as actually qualified doctors. So
Yeah.
age is different, yes. It's quite
So
good.
we will put a majority of 20 to include the ones that are starting work right after high school as well. So if we're putting the majority that start work at 20, and you are able and willing to work until within your 60 to 65, right? That's 40 years of working. Now, when you reach the age of 40, you're not even halfway there.
Mhm.
We're thinking about your working life extent, right? Your working life extent, you're not even halfway. So how can you quit halfway within your working life? How can you quit? You're not even halfway there. So you haven't reached um, even 50% of your full potential that you can reach within your career, your job, your experience, your knowledge, right? You still have ahead until 60, 65, 70, even more, right? A lot of people are working even in their 70s. You haven't even reached your halfway there. Once you realize this and you have within your mind this, there's no way you are too old to open up a new career and a new job. There's no way.
Mhm. Okay. So when you hear from your clients something like, I'm not sure if I should start this kind of change because, my age, my background, whatever it is not the best, it's not appropriate, it's not enough. What's your first step? What do you do?
Our first step is okay, what time did you started your job? You started at this. Until what age you think you will be healthy and okay and open to work? Okay, it will be this age. No problem. So you still have this many years ahead. Now let's take it step by step what you have learned in the past 20 years, in the past 15 years. Let's see your skills. Let's acknowledge your skills. Let's develop your skills, and from your skills, which one brings you more passion? Which one you love most? Or which one you were more surprised that you've learned it so easily that it came out naturally, right? It's just like when kids are in school, um, most of them, they have lower grades and higher grades depending on the subjects, right? And the best thing to help a child reach their full potential is not to push them to get higher grades to the things that on the subjects that they have lower grades, because maybe they have lower grades because that's not their passion. Maybe they're an artistic child and there is no way they are related to math or physics, or the other way around. Maybe the child is more open into math and there's no way that they will have higher grades in sports or painting or music, right? So to help a child reach their full potential, it's actually focusing on the parts where he loves it, where he has the higher grades, and the other ones will develop by itself, because this is what we are not taught when we do our high school, our university. Learn from everything a little bit and focus on the things that brings you more happiness and passion. And for sure, those are the things that the child is having higher grades, right? Because otherwise, if he wouldn't like the subject, or wouldn't be connected with the teacher or like the teacher within that classroom or subject, he will not have higher grades.
Mhm.
So we start from there because we were all kids, and that's something that we can all relate to. And starting from our childhood is very important to reach out to the point where, is this what you dreamed for yourself that you will be? This is what you think you would have reached? And if not, let's see why.
Mhm. So generally, we need to reverse the situation, but we need to also build the potential. And I think this is the thing that is actually the most important for everyone who's trying to start a new career, because whatever block it is
Yeah.
usually related to the potential that we have, and we need
Yeah.
to realize that we have it. So changing the way of thinking is one thing, but usually the change can be supported by realizing and being aware of what strengths we really have and what potential we bring. And there is no way that somebody who's had the experience of 20 years or maybe even more has no potential at all. Everybody has the potential.
Yeah.
Everybody has some strengths. And yes, of course, if we start comparing ourselves to other candidates who might be younger, for example, that's true that okay, we can feel a little bit, less important or less valuable. But on the other hand, we don't know what the employer is looking for, because maybe the employer is looking for somebody who has not only experience but also some kind of life wisdom.
Yeah.
Maybe the employer is looking for someone who has, settled life, and not somebody who wants to spend time at the weekends with the family, and it has no time in the afternoons to stay at work a little bit longer or go to some business trips because there are kids at home. Maybe it's a person who's reaching 40s, might be, or even 50s, might be more valuable because they might be more flexible, and it will be something like a very big privilege for the employer to have somebody like that, somebody who's already settled, somebody who already knows how to handle different situations because of life experience. And actually you might turn out to be a much better candidate just for this kind of reason. So the potential is always there, but it just requires you to look at what you have from a different perspective.
Yeah. What I do, and it works most with all my clients, is empowering them to see potential and see ideas from everywhere. Because wherever you go, in whatever job you're going to go, people would love to hire someone that comes up with ideas. Um, and some of my clients are telling me, but I don't get good ideas. And from where will I get good ideas? From everywhere around you. Be aware of everything that is going on, because you never know, you're crossing the street and an idea, useful, good idea might come up to you for to apply within your group with your colleagues or work. And this is a technique that is so good. Um, Applied in anyone that wants to move forward and succeed in what they're doing, is to be aware of everything that is going on around them and make useful communication with people, not just hi, hello, how was your day, how's the weather, but engage in new topics and engage in meaningful conversations from where they will get more wisdom, more knowledge. Um, they will get other people's ideas as well that will help them grow, right? This is the most useful tool that we have to see everything that's around us as a way and a form of extracting ideas and knowledge and experience every day.
Mhm.
It's not just living in the present, right? Is acknowledge the present with everything that it comes, good or bad. There are lessons to be learned everywhere.
Exactly, yes. And we talked about it also before in one of our previous conversations, that sometimes we think we have no experience which is relevant, which is necessary, which may bring some benefits. But actually, you can think of different situations which are completely not related to your professional life. And we talk about my volunteering in Doha in the Museum of Islamic Art, which actually I chose to do not for my future career, because I was a flight attendant at the time, and I really wanted to do something in the afternoons that would just bring me joy.
Mm.
So I did that. It turned out that there were many things that I could get engaged in, and as we said, actually now I could use it. I could
Yeah.
put it in my CV, not only as a volunteering thing, but generally something that helped me learn quite a lot of things. Things that I can use right now. Maybe I don't need to present it to anyone. I don't need to prove that I did something, but I learned. So the experience is the most important thing. And if we think about our lives, If you're reaching the age of 40 or 50 or even more, you probably have so many experiences from which you can derive something. It can be how to handle situations, how to um, keep your emotions under control. Um, for sure, there are so many other things that you at some point in life were probably so absorbed in that you can now talk about these things and you can turn into stories.
Yeah.
And storytelling is another powerful tool that actually can be used during interviews to convince the people that we are authentic, the people, the recruiters, or other people who might be there, like managers or people who will take the decision, even the CEO, to give the job to you and not to another person.
Yeah. True. True. And that's why it's so important to pass your limited beliefs. As you said, age is one big limited belief for everyone. And the part that you follow your passion and what you believe, again, a lot of clients are coming with the idea, yes, but my passion has nothing to do with my job,
Mm-hmm.
as you said, with your volunteering. Yes, true. But within your job, your passion can bring you ideas,
Mm-hmm.
and your passion can be the power that keeps you going. And that's so important to have all the time. Yeah.
Okay, great. I think we can stop here because today we just wanted to talk about the limiting beliefs and what's around this topic. So we would like to hear from you, and we would like to know if there are any things that you would like to discuss with us. If so, then feel free to send us messages to join us for our next meeting. We would really love to do a very quick session with one of you who has maybe some doubts at the moment or some maybe problems deciding on what to do next in life, which way to choose, what to focus on. So that will be next Saturday. We are going to discuss the time and give details in the future posts on LinkedIn. And Adina, would you like to add anything?
I'm so glad that I'm making part of this project, and I hope that we can reach as many people that need help from us as possible, and keep us posted. Any questions, queries that you have, just put them out there in the comments or chat, and we will answer it to you.
Mhm. Okay, perfect. We're planning to do a few more events, some online meetings, of course, for the moment, with other people as well, with former flight attendants who started new careers, who are doing things that are very aligned to their values and that make them happy. So just follow us, stay with us, and yes, whatever there is, just send us messages, send us comments, and we'll be happy to answer and to get in touch. Yeah. So
Thank you.
enjoy the rest of the Saturday.
Thanks.